guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Simplykrystelle. Today's video is going to be a get ready with me, but in this get ready with me, I am just reflecting back on my year of 2021 and just talking with you guys about some of the things that I've learned and just really having like a open discussion about 2021 and do my makeup at the same time. So if you want to see this get ready with me, then just keep on watching. Just like coming up with content to create and stuff for YouTube, and I was just like, why not sit down and just have a reflection of 2021 and just do my makeup at the same time? Why not? So I'm going to start off with this Anastasia Jackie Aina collab palette. I haven't used this in a while, so I think I'm going to go in with this palette. I kind of think I want to do a cute little pink look, so I'm going to start off with ginger. I love ginger. I'm going to take that shade and just run it into my crease area. I wanted to really just sit down and film this video because in 2020, I don't know how your 2021 was, but mine was very, for me, peaceful, but I learned a lot of things in 2021. I think one of the bigger things that I learned in 2021 was friendships. Like, I had a big wake-up call with friendships and some relationships in my life that just didn't serve or don't serve me anymore. And like, I've learned to like certain people that I thought we were super close and stuff, I just, my eyes kind of opened to that thing, and I'm not gonna go into specifics of any of that because that's, you know, personal stuff, but I just think that in 2021 I had a year of learning and just learning about myself and learning about my expectations of other people. Like, I've learned that you cannot expect others to do what you would do. The same way I value a friendship might not be the same way a friend values my friendship, or the definition I have of a friendship is just, you know, not the same. And I guess my expectations of others has definitely changed this year. I've learned not to like not expect anything, because I don't want to be pessimistic, but not to expect too much from others, and like also learning who people are and really observing them and seeing them. And sometimes someone who you thought would have been your friend for a really long time, and maybe you were friends in your younger years, maybe in your next season of life, because I'm getting older, I'm 27 now, so maybe now that I'm moving towards like my 30s, it's not gonna be the same group of friends, or it's not gonna be the same friendships that I had, or because, you know, I'm not the same person I was a year ago, 5 years ago. I'm different, I'm evolving all the time. So I think I'm learning, like, I think this year was really a year of just learning friendships, really like my real friends, and learning just relationships. And then I'm gonna go in with edges right here. So this palette is beautiful palette. I don't know why it did not get as much hype as it deserved, because this palette is gorgeous, you guys. Like, she did a really good job with the color schemes. But yeah, so I cannot believe 2021 is almost over. I can't believe like where did the time go, you know? And it kind of like sucks too, because I feel like a lot of people, even myself, I thought in 2021 COVID would have still, I mean, I know COVID's not going anywhere, but I thought COVID would have been more under control. But it just seems like the numbers are increasing and people are getting sick again. Although I have heard like the hospital rates aren't as bad. Dad is a nurse in New York, and he was telling me how, you know, it's not like what we saw back in 2020, back in March 2020, how we saw like the vans and the trucks and the like hospitals, there's no beds. He said it's not that extreme right now, but you know, it's still like sad to see just people fighting for their lives and in ICU, or just, you know, just really sad. Like, I would think that, I was hoping that it would have just gotten more like controlled, but God knows everything, God knows why, so we can't question his decision and his choices. So I'm gonna actually take, you know, I feel like using this side right here, like these colors here, but I'm gonna take this credit and just use that in my outer V. I think also what I learned this year is to just be so grateful for everything, and even when my life doesn't go the way I thought it would, or even when I'm, you know, maybe I have some depression or something that's, you know, really affecting me. I think something I like learned a lot this year is to appreciate the moments that we have, because you just never know. You never ever know what's gonna happen tomorrow, because your life can change in the blink of an eye. So I think I'm learning more and more as I grow older to be present more, and that's really hard with someone who has like anxiety, because as a person with anxiety, you're always thinking about the future, so it's very hard to be in the present. But I think that's something that I'm learning more and more, and just to be grateful of where I'm at. Like, maybe everything that I'm going through and experiencing, this is where I'm meant to be in my life right now. I'm not meant to be right now married and with kids and all that stuff, but you know, right now I think that this is where the universe, this is where God wants me to be. He wants me to be a teacher, and he wants me to do YouTube on the side. Like, even though, you know, I was like, sometimes I want to give up so badly on YouTube. I want to give up because I have these droughts and these times when I'm like watching other content creators. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm seeing them win. They're winning. They're getting views. They're getting sponsorships. They're growing. And then I'm sitting here and I'm like, why am I not, you know, growing like they are? Or why am I not good enough? Am I not entertaining enough? Am I not pretty enough? Like, I doubt myself so much. Like, you guys only see 10 minutes, a clip that's edited down, you know, and you know, you only see a little bit of my life. But like, the behind the scenes, those days when I get up and I don't want to like just get up, because I'm like, sometimes I feel like, oh my god, people are laughing at me, they're probably like making fun of me. And like, sometimes I think about people that I know personally who know that I have a YouTube, and they might be like laughing and saying, oh my gosh, what is Krystelle doing? Like, why is she doing this YouTube? Like, she's wasting her time. Like, sometimes I feel like, am I wasting my time on YouTube? Am I just like looking stupid? Am I looking foolish? Is this gonna work? Is this really like worth it? Like, am I just like chasing a dream that's not meant for me? Like, that's something too I learned this year. It's just like, I have like this gut feeling not to stop, but then I think like your destiny, like everybody has a destiny, or I think everybody has destiny. And sometimes I feel like, are you supposed to always live out the dreams that you want? You know, because everybody's like, oh, dreams come true and stuff. I'm like, yeah, they do. But what if it wasn't in your destiny for the dream that you have for yourself to come true? Does that make sense what I'm saying? I don't know. I just went off this like spiel of things, but that's just what goes on like behind the scenes, and when I'm editing a video or when I'm planning content and I see like my fellow YouTubers, you know, who they're growing by thousands of subscribers a day, or they hit like 10,000 a day, or like, it just sometimes it makes you feel like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing, or is this like a way of God telling me like, okay, you're done, like just try something else? Like, sometimes I ask myself that. So I'm gonna take Zam, this pretty gold shade. I'm just gonna use that here. Oh, that is gorgeous. I think I've done this look before. But I think this year I'm learning to accept where I am. Like, right now, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what where the universe wants me at this moment. So it's just kind of like, I guess I'm like learning to accept too, like where I'm at, and learning to accept, like, just to be patient with things, and that things don't happen overnight. Things take time. I'm gonna take a little bit of Soleil right here, and I'm gonna put that over the Zam shade just to kind of lighten it up a little bit. But yeah, so I think like I'm learning more and more that things take time, and like successful people who, you know, are very successful, they tell you like they've worked countless hours, they've hustled, they do all these things, and they tell you all the time like it didn't happen overnight. They fell 99 times but got up and, you know, kept trying, and now they're reaping the benefits of their efforts. So I think like for me, it's just kind of like I try, you know, but sometimes I have those days when I'm like, am I wasting my time? Am I looking stupid? Like sometimes you know, you feel like that negative self-talk, like, am I chasing a dream that just maybe I'm not meant to be? I don't know. But I think this year I'm just learning. I think this year I learned really in 2021 just to be okay with where I'm at in my life. And as long as I know that I can do better and I want better for myself, I think that's a big step. And that I'm not content with where I am. I think the fact that I have that drive and that ambition, okay, I have a dream, I have a goal, let me go after it and get it. I think that is very important too. And so I think that's, you know, something I'm reflecting back. I'm gonna take this Rare Beauty Pore Diffusing Primer. I've really been liking this primer. It's super, super nice. I love the way it just feels on my skin. But I think in 2021, I feel like I've grown a lot, and I think this year, one of my big things is acceptance. That's what, yeah, I think acceptance has been something, because I've always wanted to be in control of everything. You know, I hate not being in control of things, and certain things in life you just can't control it. It's life. And I think I always had a hard time when things didn't go like my way or how I planned it to be, or how, like, I can tell you right now, like when I was 20, I had my whole life mapped out. I said, by the time I'm 25, you know, I'm gonna be married, I have my kids, I'm gonna have a house, and none of that happened. My life didn't turn out that way. I'm 27, I still live at home with my mom, and, you know, like, my life did not turn out the way I thought it would. But I think I'm learning as I'm growing is to accept more, and just to accept that sometimes things don't go our way, but there's a reason for it. And as I'm reflecting back on my years and my time, I'm like, okay, like, I went through certain things happened to me. Would I have been in the correct mental state to have everything that I wanted at that time? At 25, where my mental state was at 25, would I have been a great mom? Would I have been a good wife? Like, so I think, you know, reflecting on that, it just it puts things into perspective for me. What I've been doing recently is I've been taking setting mist, and I've been spraying my sponge with it instead of water. And I feel like the setting mist with the sponge, it really helps your makeup to melt into the skin. Because I feel like with water, I mean, water's not bad or anything, but I just feel like with the mist, it's a little bit better. So I took my Too Faced 3-in-1 hangover primer mist thing, and I'm going to take the Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation in the shade 50N, and I'm going to apply that as my foundation today. But yeah, I just really wanted to sit down and film this video, because I think as a woman, and just as a person in general, do we really sit and reflect on our lives the way we should? You know? And I think having that time with yourself and being honest with yourself, that's something too I'm learning. Like, there's no point in lying to yourself, because it's yourself. But this year I learned to tone it down a little bit, especially at work, because, you know, not everything deserves a response, and not everybody needs a response. Like, it's not worth it sometimes. It's not worth it to talk back to somebody. It's not worth it to have to stand up for yourself sometimes. Like, it's just not worth it. And I think, like, this year I've learned a lot of, like, directing my energy towards other things, like letting people at work bother me as much as they used to, or like if somebody doesn't say hi to me or something at work, or, you know, says it with a like rude tone, like, to like kind of brush it off your shoulders. So I guess like just letting things go and being like more like just not carefree, but just like kind of not taking things personal as much as I used to. I used to take a lot of things personal, and I don't think that was benefiting me. It wasn't benefiting my mental health, and it wasn't helping me. So I think just letting things go and kind of just like living my life, you know, and just directing my energy towards things that serve me and with people who truly like me for me. I always feel like every time I blend my makeup like this, like it just looks more flawless and more smooth. To set my under eyes, I'm taking the Fenty Beauty Cashew setting powder. I used to use honey, I think, or one of the yellow ones, but then I switched over to cashew, and I'm kind of happy I did, because I think this is a better shade match for my skin tone. For me, makeup, doing my makeup and just talking is very therapeutic to me. I'm not a makeup artist, and I don't claim to be a makeup artist, so like I'm not someone who's gonna be like, yeah, you know, like I specialize in makeup and I'm, you know, like gonna show you guys all these techniques. Like, I just show you guys techniques that I've learned like from watching YouTube myself. But I think this year I learned to a lot, especially with YouTube, is to really just be myself, to not try to imitate other YouTubers who are more successful than I am, or who have gained a lot of success on this platform. I know, like, when I first started, I really was trying to imitate other YouTubers with the style of content, with what I was posting and what I was doing, and that wasn't me, you know. So just taking some of that Tilbury powder, which I love, and I'm just setting the places that I did not put the concealer. But I think just like, especially with YouTube, like just finding my own niche, finding my own content, because at the end of the day, I'm the one who has to sit there and edit the content. I'm the one who is creating the content. So if I'm not happy with what I'm creating, or if I don't feel like it's genuine, then I won't be happy. So I think this year I really like started just creating content that I like, you know, and that I feel like people would enjoy, and just being me, Krystelle. You know, I'm not pretending to be other YouTubers who have a lot of success, but that worked for them. I'm not them. And to bronze up my skin, I'm gonna take this Undone Warm Up Bronzer. I'm still learning, guys. I'm not perfect. I'm still learning, but I think I've learned that this year, especially in the professional field. So I'm gonna take this Milani Rose Doro blush. Such a beautiful color. Like, one YouTuber that really inspires me to get up from my butt is Aina. She is a YouTuber here on YouTube, and if you don't follow her, you should. She's amazing. She does more so luxury, high-end reviews, but she works her butt off, and I always say it, like, she works her butt off. You know, she really does. She inspires me. Every time I see her upload, I'm just like, this girl like is really grinding. Like, she really works her booty off for YouTube, and she's always creating content. And someone else who also inspires me is Jasmine Airedale. Here on YouTube, she doesn't know who I am, but I really love her. I like am inspired by these women, because these women, like, they have children, they have like full-time jobs, and they're still creating more content than I am. you know. So they really, like, you can tell their passion, you can tell their drive, you can tell that they work super hard for it, and they deserve their successes. I remember Andrea Renee has been killing in the game for years. She's a really hardworking YouTuber. Jackie Aina, I mean, Jackie, we know that Jackie Aina is one of those who inspire me too, because she said herself, she's like, nobody was checking for me years ago, and now everybody's like checking for me. And it's true. I remember in 2015 when like Jaclyn Hill was like super popular, and Kathleen Lights was getting popular, Desi and Makeup Shayla, and all of them were having their moments. And I always thought to myself, when is Jackie's moment? When is she gonna get her moment? And look at her now. Look at her now. For me, she surpassed them. I mean, I know we're not comparing or anything, but for me, I think Jackie has really surpassed them in the sense of like, she just is a smart businesswoman. And I think what I respect more about Jackie is that she really went through it and she didn't stop. She didn't get it easy. Like, I'm not saying Jaclyn Hill, I don't know what Jaclyn Hill and them went through to get where they are, but I know that with YouTube, being a Black creator, it wasn't like, you weren't really, your likeliness of success was very slim, because let's face it, the algorithm does not work in our favor for Black women, you know. And so I think like Jackie, the odds were against her, but she still prevailed, and that is very inspiring to me. And like, that's why sometimes like I'm like, okay, when I like want to give up, I'm like, no, did Jackie give up? Did Jackie Anna give up? Is Jasmine giving up? Is I Am Kaya giving up? You know, these people, like, even though like we don't even know each other in real life, like personally like that, they inspire me so much. And I mean, if they ever watch my video one day, I just want to say thank you for being you, and you ladies are awesome and you're so inspirational, because I really am inspired by you. And I'm just running the shades that I used in my crease and my lower lash line. I'm taking this Lash Princess mascara by Essence, one of my favorite mascaras ever. Something that 2021 has taught you, like it didn't. And now for highlight, I'm actually going to be taking the same Undone palette, and I really want to focus on this shade right here. 2022, definitely work on lighting. Definitely get some lighting equipment. But I said I would only really do that if, you know, if the channel like really kind of took off. If like, you know, people, like more people like watched it and stuff. But who knows, you know, who knows what the future holds? Who knows, guys? Who knows? I just know that I'm really happy when I do YouTube. Like, I just know like when I'm doing this, this is my happy place. This is like where I kind of like forget everything. And when I sit in front of the camera and just talk, it feels natural. I know it's weird. Like, it's weird because some people might feel weird like sitting in front of a camera and talking to it. But I feel normal. Like, I feel like this is normal to me. Like, this is what I like to do. I don't know. And I'm just taking that same Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 spray, and I'm going to spray my face with it. Yeah, it's like leaking. I don't know if it's broken. Did it break? I'm going to take my favorite lip liner at the moment, Colourpop BFF 3, even though mine's like broken. But I'm going to take that and line my lips. Taking Dose of Colors Cork. I love this lipstick so much. Then for lip gloss, I'm taking this e.l.f. tinted lip oil in Nude Kiss. that is it for this video. Thank you so much for getting ready with me today and just reflecting back on 2021. I think those are nice to have, these little moments every couple of months, just to think about your life and think about things that have happened and maybe what you've learned, or while you're going through something, it's very hard to like think about it and to think of what you learned from it. But I think when you think back about what happened after it's happened, you're like, oh, okay, maybe I was learning this, or oh, okay, this was meant to happen, because so I just really love just having these little reflections and just having them with you guys. And thank you so much for everything, for even clicking on my videos this year and watching it. It means the world to me. I know I'm a very small creator. I know I don't have a lot of followers, but that the number doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is the relationships I build with some of you, and some of you constantly comment on my channel, some of you constantly are liking my posts, and that's what motivates me to keep going. So thank you so much. And it was so nice just sitting and talking about and just opening up a little bit with you all here on YouTube. And I hope that you guys have an amazing 2022, and I can't wait to create more content for you guys in 2022. And just I can't wait to take this ride with you, and I can't wait to see where this channel takes us and takes me. And thank you, and I look just forward to everything. So thank you so much for watching, and I will definitely be seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.